young friends. My name is Sarah, and I'm excited to share with you the tale of a big adventure that my husband Abraham and I embarked on many, many years ago. It's a story full of surprises and lots of laughs, starting right in our own backyard in the city of Ur. One sunny day, Abraham came bustling into our tent with a twinkle in his eye, exclaiming, "Sarah, we're going on a trip. A long, long trip to a place called Canaan." I stared at him, thinking he might have eaten too many dates in the sun. Moving all the way to Canaan. That was like deciding to walk from one end of the earth to the other. Packing was quite the spectacle. Imagine trying to fit your entire life into a few bags. Abraham insisted we take nearly everything, including a mountain of pots. "But why 10 pots?" I asked. "Well, what if 9 of them get lonely?" he replied with a mischievous grin. And don't get me started on the sandals. He packed enough for a centipede. Our journey was nothing short of an adventure. We had a camel named Eleazer, who was as stubborn as a mule. Halfway through the desert, Eleazer decided he just didn't want to walk anymore. There was Abraham, trying everything from sweet talking to gentle nudging, but no, Eleazer wouldn't budge. Finally, Abraham performed a silly dance that made me laugh so hard I cried. Guess what? It worked. Eleazer got up, probably thinking it was better to walk than watch Abraham dance any longer. Arriving in Canaan felt like stepping into a new world. Setting up our tent for the first time was another adventure, with Abraham chasing after runaway tent poles and me trying not to let the goats eat our map. As we settled under the stars that first night, little did we know that the next day would bring visitors who would change our lives forever. Life was peaceful until one afternoon, when 3 mysterious visitors appeared at our doorstep. They were no ordinary guests. They were angels sent with a message that would turn our quiet life upside down. As soon as they arrived, Abraham, ever the gracious host, decided we should prepare a feast. Now, cooking for divine guests isn't something you do every day. There I was, trying to make our humble tent presentable, while Abraham fumbled around in the kitchen. He tried to help by making bread, but ended up creating a cloud of flour that covered us both. We must have looked like 2 ghosts floating around the tent. We sat down to eat, and as we were enjoying the meal, one of the angels shared the astonishing news. "Next year, Sarah, you will have a son." I almost choked on my lentil stew. Me? A mother? At my age? The thought was so absurd that I burst out laughing. It wasn't a delicate giggle, but a hearty, roll-on-the-ground kind of laugh. "A baby at my age? That would be a sight," I exclaimed. But as the laughter faded, a spark of hope flickered in my heart. What if this strange promise was true? That night, as I lay beside Abraham under the vast, starry sky, the idea seemed less like a joke and more like a miracle that might actually happen. As we waited for the promise to unfold, our days were filled with anticipation and a little more laughter than usual. Each passing day was a reminder that sometimes the most unbelievable stories are the ones that unfold right before our eyes. Well, it came true. Abraham and I were blessed with a son, and we named him Isaac, which means he laughs. It was perfect because laughter has become a big part of our lives. Abraham was over the moon, but also as nervous as a new father could be. The day Isaac was born, he was pacing back and forth outside our tent like a worried sheep in a pen. Every so often, he'd peek inside and ask, "Is everything all right?" in a voice that quivered like a leaf in the wind. His antics were enough to make anyone chuckle. Bringing Isaac home was a new adventure for us. Abraham, who had never been quieter than a bustling marketplace, suddenly tiptoed around like a thief, afraid to wake the baby. One night, trying to be helpful, he decided to change Isaac's swaddling clothes. Let's just say it took him longer to figure out those cloths than it took to travel from Ur to Canaan. I laughed till my sides hurt, watching him twist and turn the fabric in every possible direction. Life with Isaac was filled with small miracles every day. His first steps, his first words, each moment was a treasure. Our home was never quieter, yet it was never louder with joy and laughter. Isaac's curiosity knew no bounds. He would tug at Abraham's beard or chase after the goats, all the while giggling in delight. As I reflect on our journey from Ur to Canaan, from a promise made to a promise kept, I see a tapestry woven with faith, love, and laughter. Our lives, once quiet and predictable, were now vibrant and full of surprises. So, as our story closes, remember that with a little faith, a lot of love, and perhaps a good laugh or two, life's greatest adventures can unfold in the most unexpected ways. Thank you for joining us on this miraculous journey.